One of the people asked you about how to approach studying the Bible. And you've told them to, first of all, cement your faith in Christ. And only then...
Again? Slowly, what did I say?
To cement your faith in Christ.
Yes.
Then study... Yeah. Then study something about the New Testament, and only then approach...
No, what I said was, get to fall in love with Jesus by reading the Gospels. Get to know him. Get to know him truly and personally, because he's going to make it easier for you to handle the Old Testament.
Why is that?
Okay, so without Jesus, and you read when God says, wipe out that everything that breathes. If I didn't believe in Jesus, why would I care about the Old Testament, these commandments?
So your understanding of...
Without Jesus, why would I care about the Old Testament, these commands to wipe out everything that breathes?
That's exactly my question, which is...
No, my question to you, why would I care?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. I would care less about the Old Testament. That's your problem. You Jews, you deal with it, not my problem. But why am I stuck with the Old Testament, having to defend the Old Testament for Jews?
That's exactly my question, which is...
So why? Why?
Okay, I'm answering.
Answer it.
The reason is because I've been told by Messianic Jews that if I read the Old Testament, that it is apparent that I find Jesus there. Meaning, I can't read... No,
they're talking about Messianic prophecies. I'm not talking about that. Of course, if Jesus did not fulfill the Messianic prophecies, he's the false Messiah. My point is, if Jesus did not come to say he confirms the Old Testament and all the prophets wrote about him, then I would care less about the Old Testament. But why do you believe in the Old Testament? Because you follow Jesus, I'm assuming?
No.
Oh, so you are... to come out of back, say you're one of these Orthodox Jews so I can slaughter you.
I'm not Orthodox. I'm Karaite.
What are you then?
I'm Karaite.
Okay, Karaite. So you only follow the Old Testament. Okay, let's put Jesus aside. Why should I follow your Old Testament?
You shouldn't.
I said what?
You shouldn't.
Oh, even though in the Old Testament it says that God wants to, through the nation of Israel, bring the Gentiles to the worship of God. So you're saying Isaiah was full of it.
That's not what he meant. He didn't mean
the
revelation revealed to us.
Isaiah 42. Don't lie to me. Isaiah 42.
I'm going to open it right now.
Let me show it to you. So see again, you're a Karaite and you don't know your Old Testament. Shame on you that a Christian has to educate someone like you here. You're full of it because your Isaiah says,
you're more wise than I am.
Your Isaiah says, whoever the servant is, what is he going to do? Isaiah 42 in front of your eyes.
Light to all nations. Light to all nations. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so why did you just say I shouldn't?
Why does it mean light to all nations? Why does it have to mean the Torah?
Because God is telling Isaiah that the servant will bring them to the knowledge of God and worship him.
Yes.
Isaiah 45. So how am I going to worship your God without the Old Testament?
Why does knowledge of God equate the revelation given to the people of Israel?
How am I going to know who God is without the Old Testament? Answer the question.
Set in an example as a light to all nations.
How am I going to know that it's Yahweh if not the Old Testament? Where am I going to find that this is the God of Abraham, not the Old Testament?
I don't understand the question.
How am I going to know this is the God of Abraham without the Old Testament?
Most people don't know it's the God of Abraham without the Old Testament.
But the God of the Old Testament wants the people to know this is the God of Abraham. So how are they going to know that without the Old Testament? You know you're supposed to be kind of stupid, right? That you can't answer this question? Let me repeat it again slowly. The God of Abraham wants the nations to worship him, the God of Abraham. How am I going to know who the God of Abraham is without the Old Testament? Go ahead, Einstein, explain that to me.
I'm trying to understand why is my answer not sufficient, that it's not meant to be...
If you tell me worship God, which God? Allah of the Quran or the God of the Hindus? Which God?
The Creator.
Who is he? Muslims tell me it's Allah who sent Muhammad.
But they take it from us.
Oh, us where? From where?
Binding, that's my question.
But you don't follow the Talmud. You only follow the written text. Karaite Jews reject the Talmud. Us from where? What source? Come on, Einstein, what source?
I know, the Bible. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so that's my point. My point is, you told me I shouldn't. That means you just went against the Old Testament because the Old Testament says your job, if you are a true God-fearing Jew, is to bring me to the God of Abraham. But my knowledge of the God of Abraham is in the Old Testament.
Yes, but not the Torah. But it's not binding on you as a Christian. That's what I'm saying.
No. Forget about Christianity. Put that aside. Isaiah says it's your obligation to bring me to the knowledge of the God of Abraham. And where is that knowledge found?
Yes, in the Old Testament.
Okay, so then why did you argue with me? That means, now let's go back to point one. When I said, why should I believe the Old Testament? You said, you shouldn't. No, I should. Because the Old Testament says that God wants me to know who the God of Abraham is. And without the knowledge of the Old Testament, I don't know who he is.
I accept correction on my...
okay, good. Now we can have a respectful conversation. Okay, now with that said, I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to let Jesus bail you out. Justify for me, because people attack Islam for jihad. Your Old Testament commands, because I'm going to act like an atheist, agnostic. I'm not going to let Jesus bail you out. Justify for me God commanding, because even Netanyahu, he even appealed to 1 Samuel 15, Amalek, yeah, I know. Yeah, he appealed. He likened the Palestinians to Amalek. Justify for me the morality of wiping out everything that breathes, even infants and animals who have done you no harm. Go ahead, shoot your best shot.
Are you? Oh, you're referring to the law that when we conquer Canaan, we're supposed to wipe out.
Not only that, in 1 Samuel 15, this is what you know Hebrew, right?
King Saul. Yeah, I know that.
You know when Netanyahu tried to justify bombing over 30,000 people, including children, he likened them to Amalek, right?
Yes.
So what did God tell Saul to do to the Amalekites?
Destroy them to the last.
Even infants, right?
Yes.
Even animals?
Yes.
That means your God of the Old Testament, it's Allah of the Quran, look humble. Justify that for me. Jesus is not going to bail you out. You're not going to use my Jesus to bail you out.
Because if you follow, in the case, I'm going to use the biblical case, and then I'm going to...
You can't use Jesus, so don't use him.
No. I don't believe in Jesus. I'm going to use the biblical case. The biblical case is to say that they were not only were they were pagans, I mean, at the time.
Infants?
That begs the... Okay, that's exactly my point.
Animals wait. Animals are pagans too? They were worshiping gods and the animals?
Yeah, it's called Milchemet Choma. The idea is to
animals
take
worship
everything...
You see the genius? So I want people to laugh at you. Hold on, at your expense. Do you hear what he said? The animals are pagans because they worship gods and goddesses. So is that what you're saying? The point is to remove everything that they own. Why? Why not destroy the warriors, spare the children, incorporate them into the life of Israel, and teach them about
the same reason you can't do it now, because
I didn't ask you that.
When you are raised in the environment of paganism, in the case of the Old Testament, you will grow to be.
Hold on, wasn't Abraham raised in the environment of paganism?
Yes, but he was chosen,
and yet he converted, right?
Technically, if you want to use that word.
So why can't you spare the infants? Now you wiped out the warriors, incorporate them in the life of Israel, and then teach them about the God of Israel.
Technically, in the Torah, that's exactly what happens. So.
No, that isn't what happens. It says wipe them out. In fact, God rebuked Saul for not wiping everything out.
I know. Because he disobeyed God. He disobeyed God.
Say what?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm saying that if you are living in a pagan environment and you don't do that,
you want me to go back to my first objection, which you didn't answer? You want me to go back again? Let me repeat my objection, which you didn't answer.
Okay.
Why do you need to wipe out infants and animals when you can simply wipe out the warriors, and then the infants you spare, because now you will incorporate them in the commonwealth of Israel and raise them in the fear of God, just like if a stranger decided to attach himself to Israel. In the Torah, it says you will treat him as a native Israelite. So why did God do that?
Yeah.
Say it again. I can't hear you. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Can you repeat the question? Excuse me. Can you repeat your question?
Again, repeat again. This guy's going to wear me out. Okay.
Sorry.
You're justifying God slaughtering infants. See, as a Christian, I can have an answer, but I'm not going to let Jesus, whom you reject, bail you out. And let's stick with the Old Testament. Why did God order wiping out all infants and animals? Why not simply wipe out the warriors, then spare the infants, incorporate them in the commonwealth of Israel, raise them in the fear of God, just like you have in the Torah? If a stranger, an alien from the nations, wants to now worship the God of Israel and be part of the commonwealth of Israel, the law says you treat him as a native born, you don't discriminate. So why didn't God do that instead of wiping them out?
I don't know.
Now you're being honest. See, with Jesus, I'm forced to now deal with this and defend your book because Jesus forces me. But I'm not going to let you appeal to Jesus to defend your book. Now, as a Karaite who doesn't believe in the Talmud, what's your view about the Messiah? Do you believe in the Messiah? He's coming?
Yeah, of course we do.
What do you believe about the Messiah?
He's going to be wise beyond his years. He's going to be son of David. He's going to be...
What does it say he's going to be a son of David?
Isaiah 12, I believe, or 11.
No, it's Isaiah 11. But I'll give you $1 million to show me it says Messiah.
Okay. Oh, no. You mean literally the name Messiah?
Yeah, I want to know because you rabbis, or not you rabbis, you Jews have selectively decided which prophecies are Messianic, which are not, in order to show that Jesus is not the Messiah. So I'm not going to play your game. This is what you're referring to, Isaiah 11, not 12. Yeah. Then a shoot will spring forth from the stem of Jesse. I'll give you $1 million, and we'll all convert to your religion. Show me where this says this is about Messiah, the son of David.
Stump of Jesse.
How do you know that's Messiah? How do you know it's not one of the kings that came?
One of the what?
One of the Davidic kings.
That is a Messiah. What do you mean?
No, one of the kings that historically rose to prominence and power.
Oh, you're talking about that this is speaking about a specific king and not necessarily the Messiah?
Yeah, how do you know it's Messiah?
Because of the stump of Jesse. The stem of Jesse, sorry.
So was Hezekiah from the stump of Jesse?
Yes.
Was Josiah from the stump of Jesse?
Yes.
Was Solomon?
Yes.
Okay, now prove to me that this is Messiah, not one of these kings that came.
They were all messiahs, but not the Messiah.
Okay, no, the Messiah. I want you to show me prophecy about the Messiah.
Spirit of Yahweh will rest on him, spirit of wisdom, understanding and might, and so on and so forth.
Okay, how do you know this is the Messiah? I'm still waiting for the answer, buddy.
Because he has not yet come. All of these have not yet been fulfilled.
How do you know it's not referring to one of the historical kings?
Because it's speaking in the future tense.
How do you know it's not referring to one of the kings that comes after Isaiah? Are we going to keep going doing this? Because you know there were Judean kings up into the Babylonian captivity, right?
I know, yes.
Okay, so how do you know it's not referring to one of them?
I don't think, if I recall our history correctly, I don't think that it matches any of the other kings after.
Well, you can think what you want, because if you have read your scriptures, even the promises that God makes are conditioned, because he says that his throne will be forever. But then he says, if he obeys my commandments, like he said with Solomon. So how do you know it's not conditional?
Because of 2 Samuel 7.
That's actually going to work against you, because 2 Samuel 7, 14, 15 is about Solomon. I know what you're referring to. 2 Samuel 7.
Go 14. There. I want to see it. I want to see and see how you.
I'm going to show it to you. Very easy. You sure you want to see it?
I know it.
Okay.
I just want to see what.
Because have you read the parallel?
I know that it's about Samuel. Sorry, about Solomon. Who? Solomon. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't need to prove it, because then look what he says about Solomon. Hold on. So you admit it's Solomon, right? Yeah, good. I'm glad, because now I want to show you this. 1 Chronicles 28, verses 4 to 7. Solomon, you admit it. So now here's the parallel. Yet Yahweh, the God of Israel, chose me from all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. For he has chosen Judah to be a ruler, and the house of Judah, my father's house, and among the sons of my father, he took pleasure in me to make me king over all Israel. Now of all my sons, for Yahweh has given me many sons, he has chosen my son Solomon to sit on the throne of the kingdom of Yahweh over Israel. And he said to me, your son Solomon is the one who shall build my house and my courts. For I've chosen him to be a son to me, and I'll be a father to him. And I will establish his kingdom forever if, here's a condition, if, it's not unconditional, he will be strong to do my commandments, and my judgments is done now. So what if Solomon doesn't do his commandments? Will his kingdom be forever?
No, but it didn't say. He never said that he removes his kingdom from him.
I didn't say he removes the kingdom from David. It says Solomon's kingdom will be forever if he obeys my commandments. So if he doesn't, that means his, Solomon, I'm not talking about David, won't be forever. So my point is, Isaiah 11, how do you know it's not talking about one of those historical kings that had he obeyed God, then his rule would be forever, but because of sin, he then disqualified himself?
No, because it says here that it's forever, right? And I know that there's a conditional here. I know that there's a condition here, but it's never been met.
You don't know the Tanakh. Because I just said, maybe you're not clear, that when you have statements that says his kingdom will be forever, you can't just take a passage in isolation, because then you're going to have to look for all the other passages related to the same theme. And all throughout, the condition for the sons of David is they must obey, otherwise the Lord will discipline them. Do I need to show you Psalm 89?
But that's not what it said in 2 Samuel 7. That's the problem.
Buddy, all right, okay. Now, you sure you want to go that route? Because now Isaiah 9:6, you just proved Messiah is God in the flesh. Now I'm going to play your game.
What does that have to do with
it? Doesn't say,
2 Samuel
because
7?
it says the child born who sits on David's throne, his kingdom will be
El
forever.
Gibor, yeah, I know that.
Who is this?
No, El Gibor. It's supposed to be the Messiah, yeah.
Oh, you agree it's a Messiah?
Yeah.
Oh, you shocked me. I'll be honest, because
it's really not that complicated, because in the Bible the idea of it's not, because in the ancient world the
mighty God.
The idea of the king being God or son of God is really not that far-fetched.
No, very complicated. Because I want you to hear me out. I'm going to challenge you. Show me in Isaiah where the phrase El Gibor is used for someone other than true God.
Let's use concordance then.
The very next chapter, El Gibor is used of Yahweh. Here, next chapter. Very next chapter. Isaiah 10:20-21. Now, it will be on that day that the remnant of Israel and those of the house of Jacob who have escaped will never again rely on the one who struck them, but will truly rely on Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. A remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob, to the mighty God, El Gibor. The very next chapter, and Isaiah is full of references. There is no other El, Elohim besides Yahweh. But in the chapter previously, the mighty God will be born as a child. So your God's going to be born as a baby?
No, that's his name. That's not him being mighty God.
No, it doesn't say that.
In the previous chapter. Yeah, but in the previous chapter.
Buddy, take it easy.
Okay,
I know your arguments. Listen to yourself. So because he's called Wonderful Counselor, he's not really a wonderful counselor? See, listen to your stupidity.
I don't get what you mean. Can you explain it?
You said that's his name. That's not who he is. So his name is Prince of Peace, but he's not really a Prince of Peace.
No, the name indicates that he needs to be a Prince of Peace.
He's going to be what? Say it again.
He needs to be a Prince of Peace.
So,
but it's not a quality of him.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
Listen to yourself, dude. Listen, you're being recorded. So he will be named Prince of Peace because he needs to be that, right?
Yes.
So the name refers to a quality he must have.
Okay.
Because that's what you just said, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means the name Mighty God means this is something he must become, the Mighty God, according to your
That's why I want you to go to the previous chapter.
Isaiah 8 is about what?
Ma'ir Shalal Chashbaz, the one that you usually skip.
And why? The text tells you why he's called that, right?
Yeah.
Why
because it's a prophecy about Damascus and Iran.
So
what it doesn't have to do with him being mighty God. It has to do with
you just
the situation.
Yourself. You're not listening. Let me help you listen to yourself because you contradict yourself.
Okay.
Buddy, listen. Did you not just say Prince of Peace is something he needs to be?
It is, yeah, it is.
But you just refuted yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to, buddy, can you listen to how you contradict yourself? Take it easy. I'm giving you rope to hang yourself. But now you're contradicting yourself because you're saying Prince of Peace is something he needs to be. But then you went to Isaiah's son and you said, see, that name is not what he is. So make up your damn mind.
Why does a prophecy need to be unanimous in its understanding?
A Prince of Peace. Just say he's not going to be a Prince of Peace.
I don't understand why is it so complicated. It's really simple.
No, you made it complicated. You're burying yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry. So can I please explain myself in more?
To me? No, I need to first see how you're going to butcher this. Please explain to me. Is the child actually a ruler of peace? Will he rule in peace? Yes or no?
It's a prophecy of what he's supposed to be.
Okay, so he will be that, right?
Not necessarily.
But wait, I'm going to bury you because it says his kingdom will be forever. So now you're saying it's conditional.
To establish and uphold with justice and
right here on the throne of David of his kingdom, to establish, uphold it from then and forever. Now you just contradict yourself because you said, see, in Isaiah 11, right, it's unconditional. Well, here it's unconditional. It will rule forever.
Could you pull it in Hebrew, please, so I can read it in Hebrew? I don't have a perfect recollection of the Hebrew here.
You're killing me, brother. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay because I'm tired of having to teach you your scriptures, brother. Honestly, I am. But here. All right. There you go. So now you just admit forever doesn't mean unconditional. It doesn't have to be extra. So make up your mind, buddy, so I can know how to address you.
Like I said in 2 Samuel 17, it's not conditional.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Please pull it up. Please pull it up. Please.
Yes, I did. I know it says, I will not take away my love from him as I took away from Samuel. But do you believe 1 Chronicles 28? You don't. From Saul. Do you believe First Chronicles 28? Or
what do you mean? What do you mean? Do I believe?
I just read to you that in verse 7 of First Chronicles 28:7, that his kingdom will forever if he obeys my commandments. So you're saying Chronicles not contradict 2 Samuel? Did we not just read that, dude?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so stop playing games with me. I know what 2 Samuel 7, but I don't pit scripture against scripture. I'm being more charitable to your Old Testament. I believe that passage explains this passage, that Solomon's kingdom will only be forever if he obeys. Can you now show me, to prove my point before you read Hebrew, can you show me any other place in the Tanakh where the throne of David is also said to be the throne of Solomon? That they will inherit the throne of Solomon?
That the throne of David is also the throne of Solomon?
Is it not true in all these prophecies of the coming kings? It says the throne of David, the kingdom of David. Can you show me where it says the throne of Solomon, the kingdom of Solomon?
I don't get it. Sorry. I'm really trying. I'm genuinely trying.
I'm being patient because I'm old. I'm not young. Whenever God mentions a king who will come, it says he sits on the throne of David, the kingdom of David. He is David, their king. Can you now show me where, when God speaks of a king to come after Solomon, and he says, this one sits on the throne of Solomon?
Why does it need to be in those words?
Because according to you, when God said to Solomon, his kingdom is forever, that's unconditional, meaning it's his kingdom, right?
Not just to him, to his lineage. Why do you...
But you said it's unconditional to Solomon.
No, the dynasty is unconditional, not the kingdom itself.
I'll let everyone decide how you contradiction. Now read the Hebrew from here. It is. You can read right to left. Go ahead.
Isaiah. Oh, no, I was talking about 2 Samuel. This is Isaiah.
No, yeah, because damn, you are slow. We were talking about Isaiah 9, where it says, the child to be born, his throne will be forever.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So can you put it back?
Brother, why are you doing this to me? Are you trying to make me a heart attack? You know I'm not patient, but go ahead. Read for me.
Sorry. משרה ולשלום אין קץ על כיסא דוד ועל ממלכתו להכין אותה ולסעדה ומשפט ולצדקה.
עולם.
מעתה ועד עולם קנאת אדוני צבאות תעשה. Okay.
Now tap dance around עולם. Tap dance around because this is the
ועד עולם. Yes. No, it is forever.
Okay. So can we stop the nonsense and coming back?
Wait, did it say? Whoa. Hold on. Can you go back, please? Did it say ותכינת ממלכתו?
Guys, how long do you think this guy's going to last? Let's see. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'll give you time.
שלום, אין קץ על כיסא דוד ועל ממלכתו להכין אותה ולסעדה. להכין אותה? Actually, I never noticed that. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'll concede this argument.
Okay.
It is forever.
No. Don't concede that because you're going to do a tap dance. So now this is an unconditional promise. He will reign forever. Is that what you're saying?
His dynasty, yes.
So guys, notice he said yes because I don't want to
on the throne of David, yes.
And that means he will then actually become the Prince of Peace?
No.
You know, I got
you
know you got to get out of here right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I can't catch up. I'm sorry.
Okay, so can you be honest and say, you said that the name means that's what he needs to be, but doesn't mean he'll become it, right?
It's a prophecy, yes. I think.
But now you admit this is unconditional. That means he will actually become king. He will actually sit on David's throne, and he will rule forever. So he's going to actualize it, right?
Yes, I guess, yes.
Now be honest then. That means then he will then actualize being the Prince of Peace, right?
Yes, this future king. Yes.
Now I like you. Then it means he will actually become the mighty God. You're stuck.
I'm not so sure, no. Not too sure that I'm stuck.
Okay, well, let's ignore that. But I know you're being convicted. So what other prophecy do you have that you think is about the Messiah?
I can't pull one off the top of my head.
So
I can only say what will happen in the end of days with the,
well, you can't tell me if you don't know the prophecies. That means you're just giving me your interpretation.
Okay.
Okay, I want to show you because you like Haggai. Your name is Haggai, right?
Haggai, yes.
Okay, let's go here. Now I want to see. I want you to explain to me. The first temple of Solomon, Shlomo, the cloud appeared, fire came out of the cloud and consumed the sacrifices, and Solomon and the priest saw it, right? You know this, or I got to show that to you?
Hold on. My connection's buckling up.
Right. Do I need to show you that in the time of Solomon, the temple was built? It says the pillar of cloud appeared like it did at the time of Moses.
Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
Okay, so you know that, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but in the temple, you would have the mercy seat, the Ark of the Covenant. You would have the
Yes.
golden jar of manna. You had Aaron's rod, and you had the tablets of stone behind the most holy place, right?
Yes.
In the second temple, did the pillar of cloud appear?
No.
Did they have the rod and the tablets of stone?
No. There's a midrash about the word there that talks about.
So they didn't have it, right? I believe you.
No, they didn't have it. They didn't have it.
Okay, now since your name is Haggai, can you explain to me how the glory of the second temple will be glory than the first? Here it is, Haggai 6, chapter 2, verse 6 to 9. For thus says Yahweh of hosts, once more in a little while, I'm going to shake the heavens and the earth, the sea also and the dry land. I will shake all the nations. They will come with the desirable things of all nations. I will fill this house. It's not about the second temple.
Yes.
You know this because you've read Haggai 1. I hope you're not going to disagree with me.
No, I know.
Okay, good. He's not being honest. I will fill this house with glory, says Yahweh of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, declares Yahweh of hosts. The latter glory, the glory of this house, will be greater than the first.
Yes.
And in this place I will give peace. So what happened in the second temple that made the glory of the second temple greater than the first? And how did God establish peace in the second temple in light of the fact it was destroyed?
It never happened.
That's not what it says. Remember you said unconditional promise? He didn't say it.
Okay. All right. This goes to the interpretation of whether the second temple is a second temple or is it merely a rendition of the first?
The latter house, this house. You want me to read it?
Okay, I know, but
this is house.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. What I'm trying to say is that this goes into the interpretation of whether or not the second temple was the second temple or is it simply the first? I don't care what your
tradition says. The text in front of my eyes. I will fill this house. Do I need
Which
to start
means this house can mean the future house, not necessarily the second temple.
No, because let's read from verse so on. No, I'm sorry. Bye, your tradition. On the 21st of the 7th month, the word of Yahweh came by the hand of Haggai, the prophet, saying, speak now to Zerubbabel. He was not building a future house that didn't exist. He was building the second temple. The son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, the son of Jehozadak, the high priest and eminent of the people, saying, who among you remains who saw this house in its former glory? And how do you see it now?
Yes.
Does it not seem like nothing in your eyes? Well, hold on. Don't say yes, because when I tell you it's about this house, oh, no, it doesn't mean that.
I know it's about this house. That's my point. It is this house. But this house doesn't...
How did this house become more glorious?
I will fill this house with glory. But you think this is the second temple.
It wasn't finished built when Zerubbabel and Joshua were building it.
I know.
It took many more years, so that even at the time of Ezra, they were still building it. Stop the games, dude.
I know. I'm not denying any of this.
Okay, so how did the second house become more glorious than the first?
It did not. That's my point. It didn't.
So this is a false prophecy.
No, it's not. That's my point. It's not talking about the second temple. Because
you're wasting my time.
Okay.
This house, which house? Let's go back. This house that Zerubbabel is fashioning, this house I will fill with my glory.
Okay. Can I give you an analogy, maybe to illustrate my point?
I want to deal with the text, buddy.
I'm trying.
I'm following the text more than you are. Can you explain it to me?
I'm trying to. You know what?
No, you're not. You're telling me it doesn't have to mean this house.
I'm going to pull it up in Hebrew. Maybe it's more clear there.
You want me to show you the Hebrew? You can read the Hebrew. It's not going to make your case.
I think it will.
Okay, here. Let's see how it's going to make your case. My goodness, all right. My goodness, man. What I have to
I just feel like we're talking past each other. I don't know how else.
No, we're not. You're denying what the text says because you know it's going to show you missed your Messiah and you don't want to repent. Here it is. Okay, Haggai. Let's go to Haggai 2. Okay. When do you want to start reading from the Hebrew for me? Here, it's right in front of you. You want to start from verse 1?
Yeah. Okay, talking to the guy. Scroll down. בכבודו הראשון, ומה אתם רואים אותו עתה, הלא כעין בעיניכם.
What does it say here?
הבית הזה, yes, this temple, this house.
Okay, good. Remember these words, okay? Remember, yes. Which temple? The one that Zerubbabel is fashioning, right?
Yes, the same one that was destroyed.
Okay. Good. No, it wasn't destroyed yet.
No,
Meaning the first one was, but this one is not.
This is exactly my point. This is exactly my point.
No, that's not your point, because the second one is being built.
There
It's
is
not
no
the
second
same.
house. That's my point. There is never a second house. It's
Buddy,
the
what are
same
they
house.
building here?
The temple.
And when he says right here, so you're playing games with the text, but you have to act like a Muslim with your own Bible. That's okay. They have to pervert the text. Watch here now. Okay, a little while, and I will shake heaven and earth and the sea. All right. And dry land, I will shake all nations, and they shall come. The desire of nations, and I will fill what again?
Abayit hazeh, yes,
Which
I know.
house?
This house.
Which
This
one?
temple. Hazeh, yes. This is what I
Which
mean.
one? The
This is
one
what I'm talking
Zerubbabel is building, right?
No,
Do I need to
no.
go back to the
You
Hebrew?
know what? Yes. Yet, for your sake, yes. Because I don't think you understand
Well,
my
now,
point.
no, it's going to make, because now I want to know here. What does it say here?
Abayit hazeh acharon min harishon.
Okay. So this temple will be filled with glory more than the previous one. The former one is which one? Harishon. Which one is that?
I'm gonna go in like 5 minutes. I just want to make it.
Okay. Which one is this? The former one.
Harishon was the first temple.
Say it again.
The first temple.
Okay. So when it says ha bayet hazah, the same word used all throughout. I hope I don't have to come to the ha bayet hazah, and then we go back here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go here, because I don't want you to do the tap dance, but please, friend, please.
I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so can we now stop the game? Ha bayet hazah is the temple that Zerubbabel and Joshua are building, right?
All right. I think I can explain this. It says, can you scroll down to the word next to, scroll down, please?
Yes. Which one? Verse 9?
Abayit hazeh. Okay. Ha'acharon min harishon. So
yes.
Ha'acharon here can also refer to the prophecy in Isaiah, which speaks that he is the first and the last. Ani harishon v'ani ha'acharon. So acharon here doesn't mean that this house is the last house.
Can you stop butchering Isaiah 44:6? Because that's talking God is the first and last. Here it's talking about this temple in contrast to the former one.
I'm talking about the word acharon here, the word latter here. Acharon.
It's referred to ha bayet hazah.
I know.
Make the connection.
I know. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Why don't you come back some other time? Because you said your time is up, because we're spinning.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come back.
I'm sorry.
Let me know it's you. I enjoyed talking to you, but
I'm sorry if I'm unclear. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay, bro. Come back. We'll talk more about Messiah and the Godhead. So
okay, sorry. Goodbye.
Take care.